The following video is made possible by SACOG, the Sacramento Area Council of Governments and the Regional Rideshare Partnership. No question about it, freedom comes with mobility. We need to get to work, medical appointments, the store, or just run errands. Hello, I'm Jennifer Whitney, and I'm here to offer some suggestions on how to make traveling around the Sacramento region a little bit easier for you. But first, a brief overview of where you live. The Sacramento region consists of 6 areas. They include the counties of Sacramento, Yolo, El Dorado, Placer, Sutter, and Yuba. All provide public transportation. Each system is similar, but there might be some slight variations. For example, bus stops could vary in color from one county to another. Fares could be a little less or more. In some places, you pay for transfers. In other areas, you may not. You may want to take a moment now to get out a pen and paper and take some notes. 511 is a number you'll want to remember. Travel information in this area can be obtained by dialing 511 on your phone. The information is available in English and Spanish. If you speak another language, you may want to ask someone to interpret for you. It's also available on the internet by visiting www.sacregion511.org. Here's an overview of what you'll be seeing during the next several minutes. You'll learn how easy it is to travel in this region using bus service, light rail, paratransit, local shuttles, carpooling, and by walking and bicycling. Let's begin with riding the bus. It's a great way to get around once you learn about schedules and routes. For your first couple of times, you may want to ask for help from an English-speaking neighbor, friend, or family member in planning your trip. You can pick up a schedule for your area at a number of public locations or have someone look up your transit system online. You may need to transfer between buses, so it's important to have someone write down your directions in English. Those directions should include which bus you'll be catching and where. If you'll need to transfer, write down the stop and which bus you'll be catching. That way, if you get lost, you can show the directions to someone and ask for help. Be aware that holiday and weekend schedules are different from weekdays. Once you identify the bus stop you'll be leaving from, be sure to get there at least 5 minutes before the bus is expected to arrive. Stay on the curb until the bus is stopped. Have your money ready to deposit. If you're using a transfer, have it out or put your ticket into the fare box located next to the bus driver. The exact amount of money is required since bus drivers do not give change. If you have a monthly pass, slide it through the magnetic strip at the fare box reader. You may be asked for a photo ID pass. If you're traveling to the bus stop by bicycle, buses are equipped to carry your bike on the outside of the front of the bus. People who use wheelchairs or walkers can board any bus. Buses have wheelchair lifts to make boarding easy. With both bicycles and wheelchairs, make sure you communicate your needs with the bus driver before boarding. The Sacramento region is committed to making your bus experience as efficient and safe as possible. Many buses are equipped with video surveillance cameras, and all of the buses have two-way radios so the drivers can contact dispatch or emergency services if needed. All of the region's transit agencies have a close working relationship with local police, sheriffs, and the California Highway Patrol. And always, in an emergency, if you have a cell phone, dial 911. Safe and easy. If you're transferring to another bus, ask the driver for a transfer when you get on. Be prepared, there may be an additional fee. As you're riding the bus, watch for major landmarks that give you an idea of where you are. On board the bus, find a seat. If it's crowded, you may need to stand. In that case, hold on to the handrails. Do not stand in stairwells. Seats in front are reserved for seniors and people with disabilities. To get off the bus, pull the bell cord or press the strip at least 1 block before your stop to let the bus driver know where you want to exit. Get off at the rear, step down or push the button near the door, or simply push the door to get it open. If you're a senior citizen or living with a disability, paratransit buses are available to take you to places, but you'll need to make an appointment and there is a charge. In outlying areas, neighborhood rides or local shuttles operate in a variety of cities like Galt, Roseville, Carmichael, and Folsom, just to name a few. Talk about freedom to mobility, it doesn't get much better than riding light rail. Asking for help from an English-speaking friend or family member in planning your trip is probably a good idea in the beginning. Have them write down directions for you. That way, should you get lost, you can show them to someone and get help. Transfer information is available at all light rail stations. You'll want to buy or validate a ticket. They're available at fare vending machines at the light rail stations. Prepaid tickets must be validated in the station's ticket machine before boarding the train. Stand behind the yellow line at the station until after your train arrives and stops. Keep your valid pass or ticket with you. When boarding, wait until the train has come to a complete stop and push the button to open the doors. If you're traveling with small children, hold their hand getting on or off the train. Doors close automatically. Passengers who have difficulty climbing steps or passengers using wheelchairs may use the elevated ramp at the front of the train for boarding. If you're commuting to the light rail station by bicycle, you can board with your bike. Up to 4 bicycles are allowed per rail car, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. The exception is the front car of the train, where no bicycles are allowed. That's because the front car offers a boarding platform for people who use wheelchairs. For a stop request at the next station, push the yellow stop request button located on the post at each doorway. In most cases, the train will stop at all stations. After the train has come to a complete stop, press the door Open Stop Request button on the post at the doorway. If the door begins to close as you're exiting, stand on the bottom step and the door will return to the open position, or push the Open Stop Request button again. Light rail stations are monitored by video cameras and patrolled by police and security officials. That's to ensure riders a safe and enjoyable experience. While on the train, in an emergency, quickly and calmly let the operator know you need help. Each train is equipped with a red emergency button located in the doorway. In an emergency, press firmly on the emergency button and the operator will notify the Light Rail Control Center, stop the train at the next station, and offer assistance. Commuting to work or running errands by bicycle is a healthy and fun way to get around and stay fit at the same time. This region is ideal for traveling by bike. The bike trails are extensive, and most cities are designed with bike lanes. Bicyclists may use all streets, even those without bike lanes. In other parts of the world, and even this country, rules of the road for cyclists may be a little bit different. But here, you'll always ride on the right with the flow of traffic. The same laws that apply to motorists apply to cyclists. Use hand signals to indicate stops and turns. Always wear a properly fitting helmet and brightly colored clothing. When riding at night, use a white front light and a red rear light. Never ride your bike on a freeway or sidewalk, and always be careful in traffic. The Sacramento region is a beautiful place with lots of tree-lined streets, foliage, and flowers. That makes walking very enjoyable. Pedestrians are to use sidewalks whenever possible. When sidewalks are not available, pedestrians must walk facing traffic on the left side of the street. Traffic signals must be obeyed. At crosswalks where there isn't a traffic control signal or officer, pedestrians have the right of way. If there aren't any crosswalks, signs, or signals, the pedestrian must yield the right of way to all vehicles. Be sure to use crosswalks when crossing streets. If you're in the crosswalk and the flashing hand comes up, proceed, but do not enter if you are not yet in the crosswalk. Walk only when the walking person indicator comes up and indicates for you to do so. In some cases, this signal may make a chirping sound to indicate walk. That's designed for people who are sight impaired, but is another helpful indicator for everyone that it's okay to cross. Always be careful and look both ways before crossing a street. If there is no crosswalk, cross at corners whenever possible, and never walk on freeways. Getting around by car is easy in this region. If you don't own a car, you may want to consider ride sharing, which also is called carpooling. Teaming up with someone else to go to work, the store, or run errands is a practical and energy-saving way to travel. On the freeway, carpool lanes can help you avoid traffic. If you're looking to find a carpool partner, dialing 511 on your telephone can help you find someone. The information is available in English and Spanish, so you may need to ask someone to help you. But 511 provides information about traffic conditions, bus and light rail, paratransit, and rideshare. It serves El Dorado, Placer, Sacramento, Sutter, Yolo, and Yuba counties. Through the number, you'll also be able to obtain information about travel in the Bay Area. The 511 information is available on the web at sacregion511.org. Happy and safe travels to you. Remember, there is freedom with mobility. Made possible by SACOG, the Sacramento Area Council of Governments and the Regional Rideshare Partnership.